Hello and welcome back to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of the latest and not so latest Easter eggs in video games, with the only rule being they cannot have been featured on my channel before. In today's episode we find a rock and roll teddy bear in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, we bump into some very familiar looking rubbish bins in American Truck Simulator, and we're given the fright of our lives in Death Stranding Direcotrs Cut. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg that I'm yet to cover, then the best places to let me know are in the comments section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Oh, and the best way to support this channel is by leaving a like. Not only does it apparently boost the video in the ever confusing YouTube algorithm, but it also never fails to make me smile. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin with a quick look at Fortnite. In episode 52 of this very series, we found a reference to the fantastic control on the Spawn Island. Well, with Season 8 being released a few weeks ago, the Fortnite map has changed, meaning that the control reference can no longer be found on Spawn Island. But that doesn't mean it can't be found elsewhere. At this location on the map, you can find this. So hidden beneath a random building and behind a secret bookcase, you can once again find the cabinet. Hey Epic, if you keep hiding it, I'll keep finding it. Now in the surprisingly good Aliens Fireteam Elite, you can unsurprisingly find a ton of references to the Aliens movies. However, there is one Easter egg that I found that I can't quite work out. During Chapter 2 Mission 2, if you turn around and head back to the area you had to defend in the previous mission, you can find this. So we can find what appears to be a cat with a strange alien shell. A couple of things to note here. This cat won't appear in the chapter where you're tasked with defending this area. You have to proceed to the next chapter and then backtrack. Secondly, Aliens movie fans will point to the fact that in the first two Aliens movies, the crew of the Nostromo had a cat called Jones. So perhaps that's who this is. I'm really not sure about this one, but it's definitely a strange find and I'd love to hear your theories on it. So all the way back in episode 12 of this series, we covered some pretty strange Easter eggs in American Truck Simulator. Well, over 40 episodes later, we're back on the road again to find more weird and wonderful Easter eggs in the long distance driving sim. First up, at this location on the map, you can find this. So these bins are meant to resemble Stan, Kyle, Cartman and Kenny from South Park. I personally love this Easter egg. Up next, at this location, you can find a rather ominous sign that warns of giants ahead. Well, if we take our free cam up the road, we can find cars that are bigger than houses. Now, having travelled to America before, I feel like this is an accurate representation of American cars. Well, compared to the cars we have in Britain anyway. The final Easter egg is actually pretty sad, especially for fans of the Fast and Furious movies. At this location, you can find a graveyard, and on one of the gravestones is the name Brian O'Connor. Of course, Brian O'Connor is the name of Paul Walker's character in the Fast and Furious franchise. Sadly, Paul Walker died in a car accident in 2013, and the dates on the gravestone match up with his date of birth and the date of his death. Sticking with sad Easter eggs, this time in Watch Dogs Legion. Well, I say it's a sad Easter egg, I'm assuming it is because I can't find any information regarding this particular find. On a roof at this location on the map, you can find this. So on the roof, a message reading, "We will never forget you, Mikhail," can be found. Now, I can't be 100% certain, but I'm sure that this message wasn't in the game at launch, meaning it was potentially added in an update. As I said, I've tried to find out the origin of this Easter egg, but I've had no luck. So once again, if you have any theories, then please let me know. So a recent trend in video game Easter eggs is the appearance of a monolith, with Rocket League and Hunt Showdown both featuring the mysterious object in recent months. Well, not wanting to miss out on the fun, the very addictive gas station simulator has also hidden a monolith away. Now, when it comes to Easter eggs, the Goat Simulator games are some of the best around. Whether it's a recreation of Rocket League or blowing up the world, Goat Sim is an Easter egg hunter's paradise. Well, an Easter egg that I wasn't aware of can actually be found in the Payday DLC. If you fly to the edge of the map and stand in the sandstorm, this will happen. So those seemingly random sounds are actually a version of the classic meme song Sandstorm by Darude. Now of course, I can't play the song here, YouTube copyright and all that, but I will leave a link to the song in the description, and I can almost guarantee that you'll recognise it once you hear it. So a couple of weeks ago, Death Stranding Direcotrs Cut hiked its way onto shelves with loads of new additions. Now, the story of Death Stranding director Hideo Kojima's cancelled Silent Hill game has been told plenty of times in the past, but it does seem that the man himself just can't let it go either. When entering your private room, there is a chance that this will happen. Oh, and be warned, jump scare incoming. So that was almost certainly a reference to Lisa from PT. That's the playable Silent Hill trailer that was delisted from the PlayStation Store after Kojima and video game publisher Konami's very public falling out. I wonder if this means anything for the future of Silent Hills and Kojima. I mean, it probably doesn't, as Konami are making buckets of cash off of pachinko machines, but a man can dream. Now, recently CSGO received its 11th operation in the form of Operation Riptide. Adding new maps, guns, and of course cosmetics, Riptide is the first operation to be released since Operation Broken Fang that ended in May of this year. One of the new maps added to CSGO as part of the operation is the Ravine map, a community-created bomb defusal map. Well, if you load up the map and enable no clip mode, you can find this. So I feel like I've said this a lot in this video, but I have no idea what's going on here. I mean, why is there an NPC on the map in the first place, and why does he fall to the floor when he's approached? You know what to do, leave your theories down below. Finally, and speaking of first-person shooter updates, let's take a look at a new Easter egg found in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Drainage is a map that was added to Modern Warfare in June of this year, which is kind of crazy, as once a new Call of Duty game is out, the old ones are forgotten by the developers pretty quickly. Well, on this new map, if you enable spectator mode, you can find this. So this rock and roll teddy is almost certainly the last Easter egg we will ever find in Modern Warfare. So fingers crossed the Modern Warfare sequel is in our hands sooner rather than later. So that's it. As mentioned, if you know of any Easter eggs I'm yet to cover, then the best places to let me know are in the comments section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Remember, if you are a fan of Easter eggs, secrets and tiny details in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.